A Veteran's Redemption. As the early morning sun cast a golden hue over the quiet town, it found Jack Mitchell sitting alone on the porch of his small, weathered home. He was a man of few words, but behind his piercing blue eyes lay a story that the townsfolk couldn't comprehend. Jack was a veteran, a survivor of a war long past, and his soul carried the weight of memories most people couldn't fathom. The townspeople respected his solitude, but they couldn't help but wonder about the man they only knew as the veteran. Jack had returned from the war decades ago, but the scars, both visible and hidden, remained etched in his every movement. One autumn day, a persistent knock echoed through Jack's life. He opened the door to find a young boy named Ethan, eyes filled with curiosity and a hint of fear. "My teacher says you're a hero, mister," Ethan said, his voice trembling. Jack's brow furrowed. "I ain't no hero, kid, just an old man with too many memories." Ethan looked up at Jack with unwavering determination. "But my dad says heroes help people understand things. Will you help me understand what you went through?" Jack sighed and finally nodded. "All right, kid, I'll tell you my story, but it ain't a happy one." Over the course of several weeks, Jack shared his past with Ethan. He recounted the camaraderie of his fellow soldiers and the horrors of battle. He spoke of the distant landscapes, foreign languages, and the countless nights spent under the starlit sky, longing for home. Through his stories, Ethan began to glimpse the man behind the stoic facade. One chilly evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Jack showed Ethan a faded photograph from the war. It was a picture of a young soldier, barely out of his teens, standing with his arm around a comrade. "That's me," Jack whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Ethan studied the photograph intently. "Who's the other guy?" Jack's eyes welled with tears as he said, "That's my best friend, Lucas. We went through hell together." "Tell me about him," Ethan urged. So, Jack began to share stories of Lucas, a young man with an infectious laugh and an uncanny ability to find humor in the darkest of moments. As the stories flowed, Jack's gruff exterior softened, and Ethan saw the vulnerability hidden beneath the scars. Weeks turned into months, and Ethan and Jack's friendship deepened. The townsfolk noticed a change in the veteran. He began to attend community events, and a faint smile occasionally graced his face. The stories he shared with Ethan had not only helped the boy understand, but had also allowed Jack to confront his own past. One sunny afternoon, as Ethan and Jack sat on the porch, a car pulled up. Out stepped a woman with a striking resemblance to the soldier in the faded photograph. She approached the porch with a mix of apprehension and hope. "Is this where Jack Mitchell lives?" she asked, her voice trembling. Jack looked up, his eyes widening in disbelief. "Lucy?" Tears filled Lucy's eyes as she nodded. "Yes, Jack, it's me. I'm Lucas's sister." For a moment, the world seemed to stand still. Jack and Lucy embraced, their tears mingling as years of pain and longing melted away. They had both lost touch after the war, fearing that their shared grief would be too much to bear. As Lucy shared stories of Lucas, the man who had been their connection to one another, the weight of their shared memories lifted. It was as if the past had finally found its place in the present. In the weeks that followed, the town came alive with the rekindled friendship of Jack and Lucy. They attended community gatherings together, sharing their stories with the townsfolk who had once known them as solitary figures. Jack's porch became a place of warmth and laughter, echoing with the echoes of valor. Ethan watched it all unfold, realizing that heroes weren't just found on battlefields. They were also the ones who shared their stories, allowed themselves to heal, and found the strength to rebuild their lives. Jack Mitchell, the veteran, had not only helped Ethan understand the past, but had also taught him the power of resilience and the beauty of redemption. As the years passed, the small town continued to change, but the bond between Jack, Lucy, and Ethan remained unbreakable. They had found solace and purpose in one another's company, proving that even the most battle-worn hearts could find hope and healing when given the chance to share their stories.